You probably clicked on this video because you want a quick way to make money. And I hate to break it to you, but you will never live in a world where that is possible. There will never, ever, ever be a time when you can just tell a bunch of robots to go and make you money and you can sit back with your same poor habits that you don't want to change and do nothing. Not how it works. The reality is, AI hasn't changed a thing. You still need traffic, you still need content, you still need promotions, you still need a valuable offer, you still need a customer avatar, you still need a landing page, you still need copywriting. And of course, you still need to understand all of those things so that you can orchestrate them all together. So no, this video isn't about some fancy new AI business model that absolves you from learning every principle of business. The only thing that AI has changed is the speed at which you can get things done. But here's the cool part. I enjoy writing content and books, like actually my new book, very small, very short. It feels good in the hand. It's called Purpose and Profit. Quick read. You can probably get through it in a few seconds. It goes over a lot of my business and life's work and transforming your relationship with money philosophy that I think a lot of you will benefit from if you like my videos. But that's what I spend my time doing. I like writing content. I like writing newsletters. I like writing books. That's what I want to do every single morning. That's my differentiator in a lot of cases, is my ideas and my perspectives. People tell me that I'm great at illustrating ideas, but I'm not that good at tutorials, even though this video is a tutorial. So I'll do my best. I do not, however, enjoy marketing. I don't like doing market research. I don't like generating headline ideas. I don't like writing the lead. I don't like formulating the features and benefits and testimonials and all of that stuff. Even though I'm pretty good at it, I just don't like spending my creative ability on that thing. I like writing. Now, when you don't enjoy doing something in business, when you have the resources to do so, you should outsource it. And now, almost everyone has the resources to do so, and that's called AI. But the thing is, AI is not a good marketer out of the box. It's also not a good writer out of the box. I mean, it is. By like general standards, it's a good writer. By specific standards that actually works and gets you results and a thing that not everyone can do, because if everyone can just type in, write me a book or write me a landing page in AI, they're going to. That's what everyone's going to do. So you still need a way to stand out. AI has a swath of general information that it pulls from the internet that it's trained on, but it needs to be made specific with specific prompts or workflows like we're going to talk about. So if you want to make any form of money, be it $1 million or 100,000 or whatever it may be, you either need to become extremely good at marketing and everything involved in the money-making process, or you need to find someone who is good at marketing and everything involved with the money-making process and use their system with AI so that you can focus on the things that you enjoy. This is very similar. Like in the past, we would take courses. You can take my courses, 2-Hour Writer, Mental Monetization. Those have marketing and writing advice. But now, what if I train the AI on all of those things so that they can write or market very good? Of course, there's downsides to this, and you should still understand marketing or writing in order to get the best results. But as you'll see, for people that just don't want to market or even don't want to write content, some founders don't care about creative writing, and it's okay if they outsource their writing and content to AI. So with all of that, I say you're in luck, because I've created an AI system that can create better customer avatars, offers, landing pages, and sales copy than 99% of creators, businesses, and especially corporate marketing departments. So first, we need to talk about how to make $1 million in general. Now, I'm just throwing $1 million out there as a term that people love to click on videos for, but the reality is most people's lives would be changed if AI could make them $50,000 or $100,000 or anywhere between that. 1 million is just like clickbait. So let's break down a realistic path to get to $1 million a year. $1 million divided by 12 is $83,333 per month. That divided by 30, so a month, is $2,777 per day. That's what we need to make. And of course, it can be split up. It doesn't always have to be like you need to make that much in a day. There can be highs, there can be lows, and that's probably how it's going to happen. Now, there are a few ways to do that. You can sell 18 $150 products a day. You can sell 111 $25 subscriptions a day, like to a software or membership. You can land one $5,000 client for like freelancing, coaching, consulting every other day, or land one $10,000 client every 4 days, or a combination of any of those things, or lower price client like $1,000 client. Now, if you go the client route to get to $1 million, you're probably going to need a team at some point, or you productize the service. So it's a good starting point. And we'll talk about that in a future video where I actually go over, I say you need to understand the big picture of marketing, writing, etc. That's what the next video is going to be about. It'll be titled something like the best business model to start for young people. So you can watch both of these for like a full picture. And I'll probably just end up creating an AI playlist because I have the 99% of beginners don't know how to use AI yet video that is either going out or is already out. So they'll all be in there. Just watch those all together. Now, if you go the product route or the subscription route, you're probably going to need a lot of traffic in order to fulfill those things because they're lower priced, right? $150, you're going to need a lot more sales in order to get to 1 million. So how do you get enough traffic to make that many product or service sales? If you have a 2.5% conversion rate on a landing page that allows people to purchase your product, you need 720 people to visit that page a day to make 18 sales on a $150 product. So for those that don't know how to make money yet and are still the young people who were like me and you just like can't make sense of the process, that's how you make money. We're not talking about crypto or investing or any of that. You need a product, you need a landing page in which people can buy the product like you buy products every day. How do you spend money? That's how you make money. Then you need to get traffic to that page. You need to get people to view the page so that they buy it. Now, where do those 720 people come from that visit the landing page? Social media, ads, SEO, or some other form of influencer marketing or word of mouth. So if we assume that you're skilled at social media, and yes, social media is a skill, not luck based on an algorithm, you can get 10 to 50,000 views per YouTube video, get 500,000 to 1 million impressions on social media per month. So it doesn't matter what social media channel you go. If you are decent at social media, you can probably get 10 to 50,000 YouTube views, and you can probably get 500 to 1 million impressions on other social medias like LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, any of those things. Those seem high if you haven't started yet, but once you start and start doing it and start getting traction, that's actually pretty average. That means out of that many people, you need only 720 people to click on your landing page in order to make $1 million a year. 720 people out of hundreds of thousands isn't that much to ask for. And of course, most people would be happy with much less than $1 million per year. But it's not that easy. It can take 5 to 10 years to get really good at offer creation, social media marketing, and copywriting. But if we train AI on the principles of them all and feed them data from legendary marketers, you'd be shocked how well AI can do those things for you. So the first thing that we're going to start with is a personal brand strategy. And we're going to focus on social media because it's free. And frankly, I don't understand paid ads enough to teach you that. Second is you probably don't have the time for SEO or the money for sponsoring influencers. And 3, even though social media is free and accessible, it's arguably the best source of traffic, and an audience equals leverage. You go look at anything Alex Hormozy is saying or any kind of business guru, and they will tell you content is usually the first thing you should start doing if you want to make any form of money or start any form of side hustle or whatever it may be. That's just what you do now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Cortex because a new update went in, and this has every single thing that you need to make it easy for you. That's why I'm creating this video, is to sell you on my own product, even though it's free to use unless you want to go hard with AI. As you can see, there is the capture feature is back. Chat is now separated. There's this cool modal with all of our pre-built workflows, and there's the model switcher. So you can switch between any of the frontier models, DeepSeek, GPT-4o. We're not giving you 4.5. That costs $150 per million tokens. That's insane. But now you have all AI models in one place. So if you want to cancel all of your other subscriptions, if you use it for writing, you can. If you use it for image generation, we'll eventually have that, but I don't really use it for that. So this is mainly for writing. But you can check out all these things here. This is the one I was talking about for writing prompts specifically. So if you click this, it will just say, I want to create an AI prompt that, and then you provide details, and it will spit out a great prompt that you can store as a new document and then copy paste whenever you want to actually do that thing with the prompt. Because most single sentence prompts just aren't going to get you where you want to go. But if we go to the create section, you can see that there's generate 50 plus content ideas, generate viral social posts, write a thread or carousel, YouTube video, newsletter or article draft, all of these different things. A really cool one is that you can recreate a YouTube video in your own voice. So you paste a link to a YouTube video, or you click it, paste the link to the YouTube video and recreate the script with your own ideas or writing. And then if we go further, what we're going to be spending most of our time in is the market tab. So throughout all of this, we're going to go through each of these. That's pretty much the gist of this entire video. But if you want to see me walk through this, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with the personal brand and content strategy prompt. And you can use really any model for this one. This one doesn't matter. I'm just going to use Claude 3.7 because I like Claude 3.7. But we hit enter, and then it will spit out a few questions for you to answer, so it can give you a comprehensive strategy for your personal brand, including many different things. So I'm going to fill all of this out and just answer 1 out of 10, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, so I answered all of the questions and I acted as if I do not have an online presence already, and I have not tried to monetize my knowledge based on the questions it asked. It may not ask you these same questions in the same order, but it will get the information it needs out of you. I had my transformation story of failing at 7 different business models and finally making one work. I'm looking to generate income and build authority. So let's just send this and see what it spits out for us. So it has more clarifying questions that I'm going to answer because this is comprehensive, right? We don't want just some like trash AI slop to determine our entire personal brand strategy. All right, so I finished answering those questions. Pause if you want to read. I'll enter that. And then it starts spitting out a very comprehensive summary of my personal brand, target audience, domain of mastery, the different skills and interests I can have, content inspiration sources, content topic inspiration, so on, so forth. So, also more content inspiration sources for each interest that I have or skill that I have. So this just gives you a big picture blueprint of what you can do. And then it starts giving you social media positioning with your bio, an expanded bio, potential monetization strategy with services, products, and this will come in handy when we create our offer with another AI flow inside of here. Also a content strategy framework with my pillars, content calendar outline, platform strategy for specific platforms. It's insane. So now what we're going to do is get this into a new document so you can save it for later. Now we're going to go back to chats, go back to the market tab, and now we're going to do the customer avatar generator because market research is annoying. I've personally always hated doing it. I don't like scrolling on Reddit. I don't like it's just difficult to get it right. You always feel like the customer avatar is wrong whenever you create it yourself because it's hard to step into someone else's shoes. But the good thing about AI is that it's trained on so much internet data that it knows people quite well. And because of that, I feel like most people's marketing suffers because they just don't get the customer avatar right. So now what we can do in here is just click on the customer avatar generator. A brief description of my customer avatar is this. And here over in your new document for the personal brand strategy, I can click open in a pane, have this on the side here, and then we'll go down to, where does it say my target audience? Oh, right here. So we have this. We're just going to copy this. We're going to go back here. We're going to paste it in. And then, so the brief description is individuals in their 20s or 30s who possess skills or expertise but struggle to monetize their deeper interests like self-improvement, et cetera, et cetera. They feel stuck by conventional business models. That's pretty accurate for what I want to do. Okay, so we're going to send that to the customer avatar generator, and then it's going to continue to ask clarifying questions related to the avatar itself. So I'm going to start answering these. I'm just going to answer them because you can run through this process yourself. Okay, so after asking a few questions and summarizing it along the way of what happened, we get to our final question. I'm going to send this and we'll let it spit out the full customer avatar. So it's mapping out the demographics, psychographics, which is important. Most people skip over those, expert insights, buying behavior, media consumption, just everything. It's so detailed, way more detailed than almost any creator would sit down and do. And that took me maybe 5 to 10 minutes, right? So it saves you a lot of time there, but That may seem like a decent amount of time, but considering we're doing it well and fleshed out, incredible. And now the next thing we need to do is, again, go back to chats, go to market, and we're going to create an irresistible offer. So we have our strategy, and remember that our personal brand gave us a few ideas for monetization. Yeah, monetization strategy. So recommended services, recommended products. So we'll come back to this as a brief description, but irresistible offer blueprint, and we have our customer avatar. Those will come in handy. These each build on top of each other until we get to the final landing page generation. Now, the problem with this step is that most people don't know what they want to sell in order to monetize. And if people do know what they want to sell, it usually sucks because it's very vague. And when they try to create a more compelling offer, it's usually based on guesswork rather than data, and people aren't confident in what they're selling. I'm sure many of you have experienced this, right? You're supposed to create a product. You're supposed to sell a freelance service, but you never feel confident in it, no matter how much marketing stuff you study, because it's hard, right? Many of you aren't so experienced to the point, like you have to gain experience to gain experience. So when you're doing the freelance stuff and you're just starting out, your offer sucks. So for beginners, this is a great way to make it more compelling from the start. So now we're going to click the irresistible offer blueprint, and it says my target audience is blank. And we're just going to connect the customer avatar document by typing @customer avatar. So it will pull from that, and then a brief description of your product or service. So you need some kind of idea of what you want to sell here. So it could be a freelance service, creator strategy sessions, social content audits. Remember, this is based off of my profession, my expertise. I'm a brand advisor, social media creator. Like I know this stuff. Business design, meta creator manifesto ebook, 7 failed models to freedom. So it took my my journey of I had 7 failed business models, deep content creation system, perspective shifting prompts workbook containing philosophical concepts. That's interesting. We'll do that. So I guess the good thing about doing this is that with this, many people think they can't sell related to philosophy or some abstract interest where like usually people think, oh, I have to sell something that makes people money in order to make money. But this will prove you otherwise, I hope, because this will test how well I made these. But let's press enter, and then it will probably run us through another series of questions. So the first one, based on the detailed avatar you've provided, it seems your audience is solution aware. They know they want more meaning and integration between their interests and income. Would you say this assessment is accurate, or are they at a different awareness level? I would say they're a bit lower. I would say, actually, solution aware, yeah, they aren't product aware, they're solution aware. So I'd say, yes, they are solution aware. And you probably saw that I removed the context here because it pulls from the chat as context. So you don't need to always keep the little document chip on here if you don't want to. I just took it away because I don't like how it looks there. So we're just going to go through this interview process again. It's going to take some time to go through all of this, but again, it saves you so much more time because with a strategy, customer avatar, offer blueprint, landing page, you keep those things forever. It's like build once, sell twice, right? So just make it through this process. Now, this is a good question that I want to stop on. Number 3, what are the core problems or challenges your target audience faces that your perspective shifting prompts and AI philosophical inquiry tools specifically solve? What mental or emotional struggles do they experience that your product addresses? This is important because most people don't know what problem they solve. Their problems aren't relatable, right? They try to sell this philosophy product and think that people want to dig deeper into their mind when that's not the case at all. They want to overcome the problems they experience every day, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the lack of clarity, all of that stuff. All right, so we just put out the last question, and now it is going deep into an offer blueprint with all of the things that you need inside of an offer. And what I especially like about this is the positioning recommendations that it gives you, because positioning is the thing that most people struggle with. So you position this as the anti-positive thinking solution that finally works because it harnesses negative energy rather than suppressing it. I didn't even tell it this, right? I gave it one of my philosophies of realize what you don't want to find out what you want in life. And it took it and it positioned it as this, right? So this alone, this section alone is something that will just help so many people, you guys, market your products better because it can think of these things for you. Has the value equation, features and benefits, unique mechanism, quantifiable outcome, achieve 90% reduction in future-related anxiety and wake up with clear purpose and direction within 30 days. Pretty cool. The clarity guarantee, irking pain points, big problem, paralyzing uncertainty in life direction creates constant anxiety. Big idea, the negative to positive transmutation method, how ancient wisdom and modern AI can transform life confusion into crystal clear purpose in 30 days. Not freaking bad, not bad at all. Actually, really cool. But now we're going to take all of these things and you can organize them if you'd like. Like I can drag this under personal brand strategy. So I have it in one folder, but we're going to go back to chats and then we're going to go to market and then we're going to go to persuasive landing page generation. We no longer need this up, but now my target audience is at customer avatar. My product, my offer is at my offer. And then another thing you can do, it says, please use my voice and tone from optional this. Inside of create, I believe, or just the default ones that show up, you can have it analyze your voice if you want it to use your same writing style. And then you feed it something like a newsletter, and then you can save that as a document, your voice analysis, and then you can use that here. But for now, we're just going to delete this stuff. And that's all we need. Now, what this is going to do is it's just going to spit out landing page copywriting for us that goes onto a landing page, right? But I don't want you to worry about landing page design. So what you're going to do is sign up for something like Stan. This is a creator platform where you can host digital courses and free guides and coaching sessions and anything else from the personal brand strategy that it came up with for you. It's like $29 a month, which is cheaper than almost any other platform out there, which is like $99 a month minimum. This is what I use. I love the team. I've actually met the team of Stan, and it gives you like a Linktree style link in bio that you can use. Mine looks a bit wonky. This is mainly built for mobile, but I put my new book here. This is what I have in all of my link in bios. So you have a website that converts well to whatever it is that you create. And when you go here, it takes you to the landing page. And this is just pure text, right? So you can copy and paste the landing page that the AI outputs for you onto there, and then you're good to go to start generating traffic to your product. So we go back here, we have this here, we hit enter. And again, I like to have it write in Claude. Claude is just a better writer in my opinion, but you can try different models if you'd like. But we're gonna hit enter. And then it starts spitting out headline variations, sub-headline variations, your lead with bullet point pain points, transformation section with the headline, offer introduction headline, testimonial section placeholder if you have testimonials. Boom, it's quick, it's simple, it's the right length. It's about a medium size landing page because it's not any shorter or longer, although it can be if you want it to. And then you can just revise it here. So if I wanted to come up with more headline variations, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to take away those. Give me 10 more headline variations. And then it gives me those. So those will come out. TikTok brain to laser focus. Oh, wow. Okay, this it's pretty good. The 2-hour focus formula, attention deficit or attention hijacked. That would piss some people off. I know that because I've had pissed off people with ADHD. My editor's ADHD, so I can talk about ADHD people. Study smarter, not longer. The distraction-proof study method. All of that stuff. What is this? The Netflix generation secret weapon. How digitally distracted students are achieving academic excellence in just 2 hours a day. Oh, this is pulling from my previous one. Okay, so what happened is I named my offer, and that's another version of this I did for a focus product. So you can see how good this is, but we need to just rename this, right? My, what was this about? Transmutation offer. So you can do this as many times as you like is the point, but we're going to go back to market. We're going to go back to persuasive landing page. I'm going to say at customer avatar and then at my transmutation offer. And then we're going to delete all of this stuff, and then we'll hit enter and let it spit things out. So it comes up with all the same stuff, headline variations. So nice. We can do this. It gave me a price point, 3 payments of $197. You can change all of this, right? This isn't set in stone. This is just a draft, but it's a very good draft at that. And it introduces the unique mechanism, monk-inspired AI prompts, because I told it they came from monks and Alan Watts, deep negative excavation framework, transmutation exercises, progress tracking system. So you can see, yep, features and benefits, has the lead. Let's see how compelling the lead is. You wake up each morning with that familiar weight in your chest. Another day of going through the motions that don't align with who you truly are. You've invested in books, courses, and countless hours of podcasts, absorbing knowledge that stimulates your mind but doesn't translate to meaningful change in your life. This is better than most creators, 99% of creators, like easy. And like people who are great at copywriting can come up with better things than this, but this is good. Like from someone who's created landing pages that have higher conversion rates, this is good. Like if you don't care about spending so much time on marketing, you aren't a professional copywriter, this alone will do so much more for you. And this has the potential to make $1 million. I promise, if you actually do what's next. So the next thing is actually creating content and sending traffic to that thing. So if we go back here, we have a solution for you where if you go here, you can, to the create tab, you can generate 50 plus content ideas. You can generate viral social posts. And this, you can choose a number, text posts, or video scripts for things like TikToks, Reels, and then reference. You can add a reference to pull ideas from a topic or a target audience. You can have it write a thread or carousel. It's actually pretty good. You can have it write a YouTube script, newsletter, or article draft. Or one of my favorites that I like right now, let's take that away, is replicate or recreate a YouTube video in your voice. So you break down a link to a YouTube video, and then you paste the text of or add your reference with @ So we're going to go to Ali Abdaal's YouTube channel and find one of his popular videos that I have similar writing or topics on. And then I can grab this. I can go over, I can paste the video link in here, and then that will start to add it as a source. And then I need to get, I'll do this. I need to do this with one about my goals, right? All right, so I brought over an old newsletter of mine on achieving goals, and I'm going to type @newsletter how to achieve your goals so fast, and then we're going to hit enter. It's going to create a source, add it to the library, pull the transcript, and then it's going to use that transcript to take the structure of Ali Abdaal's video and put my own advice inside of there and my writing. So that's a cool way to create content, although I would recommend, of course, revising this and doing things yourself, but it's a good way to study YouTube videos in your own voice. And of course, there's more. So try all of these out. And now the only thing you have to do is sit down and actually do the work, because AI can write it for you. AI can do all of this stuff. You can write your own content, but that doesn't mean it's actually going to get you anywhere unless you stay consistent and do the things you need to do to actually make the money. And I guess that's the last thing. If you struggle with actually doing the thing, just go over here to the plan category, and then you can break down your goals into an actionable plan. You can have a personal growth advisor and just describe what you're doing, and it will walk you through steps to actually achieve that thing. So you can check in here every morning. You actually go to do things, and there you go. That's really all you need. So I hope you enjoy it. Try out Cortex, link in the description, free to start. If you want to use more AI stuff, of course it's paid because it costs money, and we're not going to pay you to use our app. So if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe. If you want more of the AI stuff, please just let me know. I'd be happy to create more. With that, again, thank you for watching. Bye.